I thought, why am I doing this? I envisioned somebody asking me a question about this and me saying, wow, I never thought of it that way before. And here I've written a whole book on it. Again, I'm a 3, so I need the appearance of success, right? And I I was amazed how much effort it took for me to tell myself the truth. It really took all the effort I could.
Hmm.
And I felt my stomach getting tight. I felt myself perspiring. I mean, I was even having a physical manifestation of anxiety that had no basis in reality. So I really hear what you're saying here, and that is, if I can do good so that people would glorify God, then your opinion of me, as much as I want it to be positive, I'm not dependent upon that, right? I've disconnected myself from depending on because I can't control it anyway, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
I really approach everything I do by saying, how can I reflect God and turn people's attention toward Him, then whether or not you applaud me, it becomes increasingly secondary. Did I just chase a rabbit down a hole on that
No,
little?
no, you absolutely did not. And I'll say 2 things. One is I very much appreciate your vulnerability and honesty. But the question that comes to my mind is, do you have a few people in your life outside of your marriage who have no vested interest in outcomes? So not in the world of publishing, not business people, who can speak lovingly into the lies that your particular type tells itself on a regular basis?
I have to think hard before I come up with a list.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't. That's probably the answer right there.
Hmm.
Those people closest to me are very invested in the next book, the next project. They're either on the staff where I serve, or they're engaged in some form of publicity around publishing, or maybe even the publisher themselves. The
Hmm.
fact that I had to work my way out of those 2 circles, and then I did land on a couple of names. But you know what? I've not availed myself of them, Ian. I've not
Hmm.
said, would you be that person for me? So
Hmm.
that's a takeaway. And I think I could do better. Yeah.
Um, it's a terrible thing to live an unconfronted life.
Hmm.
And that again is part of the problem of social media, right? If you're always in the same room with people who act, think, and feel the same way that you do about everything in life, then you are.
Yeah.
And this is why when my kids say, "Oh, I don't want to go to church because church is this, church is that," and I'm like, "Well, here's the problem: you are living an unconfronted life.
Hmm.
If you're not with a community of people who have with whom you can have a relationship, who can just simply speak truth and love, who have no interest in the outcomes of anything you do, right? Whose
Hmm.
only interest actually is that you become a beautiful soul."
Hmm.
I think we all need those people in our lives, or we're lost in a house
I
of mirrors.
appreciate that. And I needed that reminder. Thank
Mm.
you.